Mazzy. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Perfect. Go ahead and have a seat. That was all we needed right there. Beautiful. Okay. So Mazzy Grace, huh?
Yes.
Salt Lake City. Wow. And what did you do in Salt Lake City?
Lots of stuff outdoors. Boating, skiing, snowboarding,
Nice.
hiking, backpacking. Pretty much anything, you know.
Just to get out of
parties
the
out in the
house.
forest, yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. You know, like looking at you right away would be like, oh, that's an outdoorsy kind of girl. But that's who you are, huh?
Yep.
Nice. You like to fish and all that stuff too?
Yeah, I love to fish. Love to really swim, especially like freshwater lakes out there. Beautiful, and they have beautiful fish. Lots of fish too.
And so how does a beautiful girl, outdoorsy type, find her way into this business?
Well, I grew up very conservative Mormon.
Okay.
And
That is the area for it.
and when I was like probably 13, 14, like I started discovering myself sexually and watching porn and stuff, and I realized it was always like, oh, this is a sin, this is a sin.
Yeah.
And then when I like moved out from my parents' house, I realized that I was a lot happier if I just was myself and was sexual and didn't hide it, you
Sure.
know?
Yeah.
And all throughout high school I hid it. Like it was always like, I mean,
I can imagine growing up in a like totally Mormon town. Yeah.
yeah, it was definitely like I got shamed a lot for it, and people were very judgmental about it, and I just was so depressed. I was very depressed basically my whole life because I had to hide it.
So when you started discovering like your sexuality, you talked to people and they like made fun of you for it?
No, it was like they would say stuff like, oh, and like that girl's a whore, and I'm like,
Damn.
oh, I'm not gonna tell you anything then. Nothing. Like I couldn't tell my parents anything. I couldn't tell my sisters anything. I couldn't tell anyone really anything until I had like a really young girlfriends in high school that were just like very sexual too. And
Now, what did you start like actually having sex as opposed to like just watching it?
so I actually broke my cherry myself when I was like
Wow.
probably 13.
Damn.
And I hadn't even hit puberty yet.
Really?
So I was like I was just getting all like the pre-hormones of it.
Uh-huh.
And I hit puberty halfway through 16.
Okay. Okay.
And
Little
yeah,
late.
and then right after that, I lost my virginity.
Okay. Nice. How did you break the hymen?
I had like a little kitchen tool,
Uh-huh.
and I had it flipped, you know, like, and it was like a pretty big. It was probably like this big,
Uh-huh.
and then it went down smaller, and I was just like so horny, and I was just like rubbing my clit, and I just like popped it in, and it like. I was like, ooh, that hurt. And I ran to the bathroom and I was like bleeding and I was like, did I have my period? Yay, finally I had my period.
30 days later, nothing else?
Yeah, and then I was like, wait, no, I didn't have my period. And I like told my mom, so she like freaked out and bought all this stuff. And I was like, wait, I didn't have my period. And they were so confused, like, how did you bleed? And stuff.
Wow.
And they were all worried and I'm like,
They didn't take the doctor. Is she still pure? Is she still pure?
but
That is funny.
yeah.
That is funny. And then, so 16, you went through puberty,
Yeah.
got your period, all that kind of stuff, and then you had sex like right away.
Yeah.
And then it's just been like a blur ever since then, or what?
Pretty much. I had steady boyfriends that we would just fuck all the time, 6 times a day, like every day, like.
Like that call right over here, you were like pulling the dick out and going, you know, let me suck it. Is that like a typical car ride for you?
It's a pretty typical car ride.
Nice. That's
Guy,
awesome.
I always just like shock guys. I'm like, but they have a boner, right? So they want me to do, I don't know if
Absolutely.
they.
Absolutely. How many Mormon boys have you taken advantage of over there yourself?
Only like 2. One actually came back from his Mormon mission because he felt guilty. He told his mission president that he had sex with me. Not just like, oh, like, no, I had sex. No, he like said my name and everything. I got all these letters and all these calls from like these people. I'm like, oh no. But he also asked me to prom and I didn't go with him. Made this whole big thing. But like guys just kind of like fall in love with me, and sex doesn't necessarily mean love to me.
Sure.
And so it's just like, oh, okay, like now that you're all attached, I'm just gonna push you away.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, how many guys would you say that you've been with thus far? From 16 to 20, how many?
Only about like 13 or
Okay.
14. 13?
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So a few boyfriends in there that were
Yeah.
kind of steady.
Yeah.
You seem like the kind of girl that's wet a lot.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I touched that pussy in the car, it was soaking wet also.
Yeah.
It's like that's not a bad thing. I love it. It's fantastic.
Basically, like a stiff breeze hits me, and I.
The right
Whoop.
angle. Like, ooh. Gotta go outside. We gotta go sit down for a minute.
Yeah, it's like, oh, do I have 5 minutes to just rub it out?
Do you masturbate a lot?
Yeah, a lot.
Like just a constant blur
Yeah.
of nice.
It's like, it used to be like a really big issue because I would never get anything done. I was just so horny that it was like, oh my god, like, gotta sit and watch porn all day.
That's awesome.
But,
And you said you can have sex like 5 times a day. It's not.
Yeah.
You just love it.
Yeah.
So was it an issue finding like a boyfriend that was able to keep up with you?
yeah, it's always been an issue because guys are like, oh, I came, see ya, and it's like 30 seconds in, and it's like, okay, 2 pump chump, like, see ya. I can't date a person that is like comes really fast. It's like this.
You're there for the marathon. Nice. Now, are you able to make yourself come pretty, or can a guy make you come pretty quickly, or does it take a long time for you to get there?
It depends. I mean, it depends on what he does and how good he is.
Gotcha.
I usually have to like rub my own clit
Okay.
when I'm getting fucked to be able to come. Like, but with that, I come pretty fast, and I've come up to like 30 times.
Jesus. That's awesome. That is amazing. Lucky you. Lucky you. They call it bad in Utah, but we love it out here. So that is awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So what are you looking to accomplish out here? What's your big goal in this business?
I want to change how people view porn because it's very taboo, and like it's great, it's amazing, and really the only people that hate it are the people that don't get it or don't enjoy it, right?
Yeah, that's great.